Hello people, what's up? So here I am to do your amendments for EBCL. Uh, Before watching these amendments, as I always say in all the amendments, always go prepared by watching at least two amendments. That is whatever is applicable for December 2024 attempt. Watch that and go. And also watch whatever I've already uploaded for June 2024 attempt. Yeah. In fact, for EBCL, I believe the June 23 and December 23, from here everything started. In fact, if you see people, I know a lot of you messaged me and asked, Sir, what is this amendment sheet, sir? Is it an amendment sheet or a module? What has the institute done, people? At least in the other subjects, what they have done, they will clearly tell what is the date of the amendment. They will say it is 2024, 2023. So you can easily make it out whether it is a newly added content or old content. But with regards to EBCL, from the last two times what the institute has been doing, institute has been giving you the complete material only. They are not giving you like an amendment. That's the reason you're able to, you're finding it very thick and voluminous. Yeah, but not everything is an amendment there. For example, overseas direct investment, we already seen it. It's been almost two attempts since this amendment happened, but it has been carrying forward. So I think we have done it in December 23 attempt, I believe. I've covered everything on this particular ODI. I think if December 23 only, if I'm not wrong. If you guys can access it, I've also given you the handwritten material also for that ODI part. So what I'm saying is, now I'll tell you where the amendments are. The amendments are in this particular two chapters for 2024 attempt. One major amendment is here, which you guys should also be knowing. And they have added some cases here. That's all. That's the amendments. Rest all are same. There is nothing that they have changed. Foreign trade policy complete chapter I have uploaded, people, as an amendment. I believe in June 23 or December 23. Just check once. Complete part is there. So if possible, watch it. Easiest way, which you guys should have done by now. But yes. So these are the amendments. This. Sir, can you rank the amendments, sir? This is most important. This and all is, I would say, this is second one. This and all is like, okay, people. This and all something very technical in nature. Not so much required for us also. But yes, we'll see what it is. So first we'll start with foreign exchange transactions and compliances only. So from a manner of receipt and payment. So in receipt and payments, there is some amendment it seems. So what is that? No person resident in India shall make or receive. So he cannot make a payment or receive a payment from a person resident outside India. So they're talking about any transaction that takes place between PRI and PROI. It cannot happen, it seems. It may be noted that RBI may, on an application made to it, permit a PRI to make or receive payment under FEMA. So they're telling you need to do as per the regulations. You can receive payment, you can make the payment also. The receipt and payment between PRI and a PROI shall, unless provided otherwise, be made through an authorized bank, which you always know, AD bank. And in the manner specified below, how this has to be done, they have given some regulation. What is that? See here. If at all it is a trade, meaning what? Imagine you are doing some import or export. Then how should you make the payment? Nothing, people, they are speaking about which currency you can use. Indian currency, now foreign currency, now which currency you can use. Now see here. Receipt or payment for export or import. So whether you are exporting or if you are importing, whatever it is, whether you are exporting or importing from the countries given below, then the payments and all shall be made as given under. Now, if at all you are making any import or export from Nepal and Bhutan, what is the rule? See here. You need to make an export or import, whether you need to receive the payment or you need to make the payment. It has to be ideally in Indian rupees. That's the first rule. That's the thumb rule. It has to be in Indian rupees. Provided that in case of exports from India, meaning if at all Indians are exporting the goods and the importer is in Nepal, and their RBI, it's called Nepal Rashtra Bank, to make payment in foreign currency. Such receipts towards the amount of export may be in foreign currency. What is it, sir? Imagine if at all we are an exporter, I am exporting goods from India to Nepal. Technically, it will be in Indian rupees only. They will make the payment in Indian rupees only if it is between Nepal and Bhutan. But they're telling if at all their RBI, like their RBI, it's called Nepal Rashtra Bank. If they agree for it, then whatever are the exports the Indians are making, they may settle the payments in foreign currency. We will accept it. You can pay in US dollars. We are okay with it. So we are giving the ball to your court. But as per our regulation, Indian rupee is allowed. If you remember, we would have seen this in class only. Nepal and Bhutan, everything happens in Indian rupees only. Next one, member countries of ACU. What is member countries of ACU? India, Maldives, Pakistan, Bangladesh, this this Nepal, Bhutan, all these people, we are a member. We have one union. It's called as ACU, Asian. What is that? Asian Council Union or Asian Continent Union, something that it come, ACU. So we have a union. So very long back we had made a deal between us. What is that? See, unnecessarily we are using US dollar to make the payments. Why can't we promote our own dollars? Why should we use some other currencies and all? So they created their own dollar called as ACU dollar. So whichever country has to make the payment, imagine if India is exporting and Pakistan is importing. If Pakistan has to make the payment, they will not make the payments in Indian rupees or Pakistan currencies. They will make in something called as ACU dollar. So this ACU dollar will be, see, I'm an exporter. For me, end of the day, I will receive the money in rupees. I will get my pocket credited with rupees. But settlement between countries will take place between ACU dollar. That was the first, scenario. That's how they started ACU dollar. Now there they are telling something here. Sir, member countries of ACU other than Nepal and Bhutan, because with them we clearly say that it is rupees. The payments and receipts will happen through ACU mechanism. ACU mechanism is nothing but ACU dollar only. Or as per the directions issued by RBI. Okay. Provided that in case of exports where the goods are shipped to India, imagine we are importing it. So someone is sending the goods to us from a member country of the ACU. Imagine someone is sending us from Pakistan, other than Nepal and Bhutan. Okay. But the supplier is resident of a country other than member country. Meaning, imagine I'm I'm from France. I've set up my company in Pakistan. I'm sending the goods from Pakistan to India. So technically it is coming within ACU, but the supplier is not from ACU, he is from France. The payment may be made in a manner as specified in the third column. What is the third column? That the payment can be made in Indian rupees or in foreign currency. What do you mean by that? The France person is sending, no, he need not settle it in ACU dollar, he can settle it in Indian rupees only, or he can settle it in foreign currency. Simple, huh? Yes, sir? Okay. That's what I'm saying. A complete technical part and all they have given, not at all required. Next one, transactions other than trade. Now this was import export. Other than trade means people imagine buying and selling of some share. Imagine some gift or some regular expenses you guys send and receive. Receipt and payment shall be made as under. If at all Nepal and Bhutan in Indian rupees, provided in case of overseas investment in Bhutan, payment may also be made in foreign currency. So if imagine your relatives are staying in Nepal and Bhutan, they're telling you it has to take place in Indian currency only. But if at all you are making any overseas investments, meaning what, if you are buying any equity shares in any companies which are established in Bhutan, they're telling you it can be made in it can be made in foreign currency also. Yes, other countries, Indian rupees or foreign currency. So apart from Nepal and Bhutan, if you want to make any other payments in any other place, people, it can be made in Indian currency or foreign currency. Simple, huh? Done. Payment and receipt in India for any current account transaction other than a trade transaction between any PRI and PROI who is on a visit to India may be made only in Indian rupees. Meaning, sir, imagine I am here, my brother comes from US to India, he needs to make some payments in India, if I make a payment here, I need to pay it on behalf of him in Indian rupees only. But people, this is, I would say this topic is debatable also, because there is one more restriction in FEMA rules which says that you cannot make any payment on behalf of anyone coming from abroad, outside India. There is a in-depth thing that we can go, but just we'll read this. Payment and receipt in India for any current account transaction other than a trade. So it should not be a trade and it should be current account transaction between PRI and PROI. Meaning, sir, a person has come to India from outside India. Yeah. Now imagine my brother has come to India from outside India. Now between us, we are making some payments. It can be gift, or it can be any other payments between us, current account transaction, not capital, not to buy land, not to buy car, nothing like that. Between us, if at all we are doing anything, can my brother settle me money in dollars? The answer is no. You need to settle it in Indian rupees only, is what they are telling. Clear? Yes, sir. Take this example, it's more apt. Clear, simple, done. Next one, sir, FDI people, they have added a new sector, people. The new sector is called as satellites. So if at all there is any FDI coming into India, into a sector, that sector is called as satellite. It will come through a department. The department is called as Department of Space. Whatever they tell, you need to follow that. But that is what they have told now. What is that? Imagine when I say space, all these can come with sims. What is that? The first one is called as satellites manufacturing and operation. Satellites, Amara Tesla they are doing, no? Sorry, SpaceX. Yes, sir. So, sir, if at all some Indians does it, 100% FDI is allowed with sims, provided 75%, 74% is under automatic route, and rest of the percent is, that is 26% will come under government route. So 74% does not require any approval. 74% requires the government approval. Simple. Okay. So you see, satellite data products, ground segment and user segment. What is this definitions and all they have given here? What is ground segment and user segment? Supply of satellite transmit, receive earth stations, including earth observation. What is it all? People, you will see in movies, no people, there will be one antenna like this, there will be one takdi, one dish TV. There will be one dish TV, I don't know, something like this one it will be. There will be one point here. In Koi Milka movie and all, from this only we will receive all that. Ton, 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 ton. Yeah, we receive all the signals here only. So this only we are telling you people, something called as ground segment. Now this will take the data from the satellites. It will now take and it will be now distributed to the users. Now that can be called as user segment. Yes, sir. Now that is what they are telling you. If at all someone is investing there, again that can also come under 100%. Next ones are launch vehicles and associated systems. Launch vehicles, probably rocket. Yes, sir. Creation of space ports for launching and receiving spacecraft. Again, something into that only. Spacecrafts, can I say? 49% people will come under automatic route, and beyond 49%, beyond 49% will come under government route. Manufacturing of components and systems or subsystems for satellites, ground segment and user segment, 100% automatic route. What is that? Imagine some other supplies, any hardware which is required for this particular building of the spaceship or satellites, that can come under 100% automatic. Try to remember this particular table and go. They may ask you. Yes, sir, I feel somewhere important. Clear? And they have given definitions. What is launch pad, satellite data products and all. She's like, okay. Next ones are directly come to, where will you come? Competition Commission of India. Whatever you have studied last time, first to go through your June 24 amendments, everything is applicable. In addition to that, the only amendment they have added in March 2024, anything that is added in 2024 is this only thing in competition. Now, what is that, sir? Whatever threshold limits we had for combination. Now, most of the students had a question, sir, is it official? Is it pakka? Should we follow old limits and new limits? It is official. The March 7, 2024, they have implemented anything before June. It is applicable to you. So the combination now has a new limits. Whatever we used to check in the previously, whenever two companies come together, we need to check the combined entities. We need to check the assets and turnover. That particular thing has been increased by 150% compared to the previous limits. People don't do maths. Sir, earlier it was 2000. Now, if I add 150%, it will come to 2500 crores. Illa. Because that 150 percentage is on a particular index. That's called as wholesale price index. It is nothing to do with this prices. It is not like you had earlier 2000 crore here, you will add 150%, you will get 2500. It will not be like that. There is no such calculation. Yeah, you have to ratta mar this particular limit. Clear? Yes, sir. Now see, take this. This is the new limit. Now what is that? If at all there is an enterprise level, a single companies, if at all there is any merger, acquisition of control, any takeovers, then you need to follow this. Assets people more than 2500 crore. And first of all, if you guys need what is that? Where is that link? Okay, see, if you guys want both of it next to each other, now this is the limits. This is existing, this is revised. I hope this covers everything. I hope you're able to see. Yeah, if you guys want, you can take a screenshot of this also. Earlier, what are the limits? Now, what are the limits? Clear? All of you? Logic, nothing has changed. Everything is same. Earlier, people assets individual we used to check for 2000 crore. Now they have increased it to 2500 crore. Whatever turnover was 6000 crore, now that has become 7500 crore. Sir, USD 1 billion with at least 1000 crore in India. Same thing. It has now become 1.25 with 1250 in India. Sir, 3 billion 3000 has become 3.75 3750. Correct? Technically, that logic is still same. Into 3 into 4, that is still same. That has not changed. Next one, sir, group level. Where is it? 8,000 to 24,000. It has become 10,000 and 30,000. Next one, 4 12. It has become 5 15. Yes, sir. And 1000 3000 is 1250 3750 only. Now this is one. This is first amendment. And second amendment, people, is your de minimis exemption. Where is the de minimis exemption? See, this is the amendment. This part is clear. I hope this part is clear. Whatever is the logic and all we have seen in the class, that is same. Nothing has changed. So whenever there is a combination between two entities, you need to check whether it is in the single entity level or in the group entity level. So whatever the previous chart we had, in that you just replace it with this. Rest and all is same. Cut, copy, paste. Next one, de minimis exemption, people. Earlier we had a de minimis exemption for 350 crore and 1000 crore. If you remember, what is de minimis exemption? Imagine two companies are coming together. If at all technically, if the combined entity's value exceed this number, then you need to take CCI approval. That was de minimis. That was the actual procedure. But technically speaking, what is de minimis exemption? When a very large entity is acquiring a very small entity. This is already so big that obviously you will come under this threshold. Not because of the combined value, it is because of your individual value. So why should I take CCI approval? To avoid that, we had something called as de minimis exemption. Now de minimis exemption has been extended by 2 years. They have also increased the value as well. They have made it as 450 crore and 1250 crore. So what is that? Imagine there is one small entity that is being acquired, and if their asset value is not exceeding 450 crore, and if their turnover is up to 1250 crore, Up to this amount people, if there is a big entity coming and acquiring them, and the combined entity's value, even if it exceeds the threshold, they need not take CCI approval. This only is called as a de minimis exemption. This notification came on March 7, 2024. This notification will be valid for a period of 2 years. That's all. That's the amendment. Simple. These two important exam point of view, they may ask. Clear? Pakkana. If you guys want this, I can even upload this as a link, but I've not done anything else. I just highlighted the important words. That's all. Rest of all is same. Is this clear out of you? Any doubts? Simple. Yes, sir. Done. Okay. Now come to the last part, sir. The last part is case laws. Again, this also again not required. They have just given some case laws. I've just highlighted some important things here. Just focus on that. This enhancement of district, state, and national commission is already done. It's been 2 attempts only since we have done 3 attempts only since we have done it. So not important. Next one, we have some case laws. Whatever is case law, people, whatever the important words, I've just highlighted that. You just focus on that and go more than sufficient. There is first case law, Alpha versus Magnum. In this case law, what happened, people? Supreme Court has given a decision that the Consumer Protection Act 1986 or 2019. 2019 technically repealed the 1986 one. It is meant to encourage consumerism. It has got a laudable objective. What do you mean by that, people? Encourage consumerism. The main purpose we introduce this law only is to encourage the consumer if they feel cheated or if they are if they feel that they are there is some fraud that has taken place. It is to encourage them to come to the court. So the legislation is only built like that. So wherever there are some technical errors that a consumer may do in coming to the court has to look at this entire law as a liberal approach. Meaning, people, you need to do a constructive, liberal interpretation. Do not look at the law very strictly, is what they said. That is what was a Supreme Court judgment. That is a complete overall gist of this case law. That's why I've highlighted those words. See, it is meant to encourage consumerism. Any technical approach in constructing provisions against the consumer would go against the very objective behind the enactment. So if I look at technical things and all, then I will not be able to uphold this. So the court has to adopt a constructive liberal approach. In fact, the law meets long felt necessity of protecting the common man from such wrong for which the remedy under ordinary law for various reasons has become illusionary. What is that? Because in various laws, this consumer was never protected. I passed this whole law to protect him only. So that's the main intention of passing this law, is what they are trying to tell you. And see, the provision of the Act 1986 thus have to be constructed in favor of the consumer to achieve the purpose of this law. That's what is your jurisprudence, right? Interpretation of statutes. So when you're confused how to interpret a word, you need to always interpret in the favor of the consumer. Directly they're telling. Who? Supreme Court. Next one, similar thing happened in the second one also. That is completely technical. We need not have to look into it because it was more to do with who can sit into a commission. The 7 years experience, 20 years experience and all. On that they have given a judgment. I would say that you can leave that. It's absolutely fine. The third one, in the case of Brigade Enterprise Limited versus Anil Kumar. In this case, again, one thing important, where there are numerous persons, nothing but people, something like a class action suit. Imagine if I am a consumer, like me, if there are 100 other consumers having a similar problem, can we come together as a group and 1 or 2 people, can they represent our interest? Yes, it's possible. You can file like a class action suit, possible. Sir, what if someone wants to file a case against 100 people? So 100 people are defending it. Can we file a class action suit? Yes, possible. Sir, now when 100 people are filing the case, how do we tell them what is the status? When do you guys have to do something? When do you guys have to sign a petition? How do we communicate? You can even give a personal notice if possible. If not personal notice, you can even give a public advertisement. That is also possible. That is only this particular thing. The court may at any time. What is this? Imagine, so this 100% is being represented by one or two people. Now this one or two people are not doing something good. They are going, and we are having a thought that they are compromising on our justice. The court at any time can change these representatives also possible. Simple, huh? Next one, sir. Which is this case law, dear? Where is that? Fourth case law. Next one, sir. Again, Supreme Court in Manohar Infrastructure versus Sanjeev Kumar. In this case, what happened, people? Whenever you need to go for an appeal from one commission to other commission, in this case, it was held that the pre-deposit of 50% is a mandatory condition. You cannot skip it. It's a mandatory condition. That's all. You cannot skip it. That is this case law. That's all. That's all, people. Nothing else in this particular amendments. These are the important ones. Just try to focus on these and go and watch the June. I mean June and basically December also for your thing. If you guys have not watched the ODI and FTP part and whatever is newly added, I've covered, and I hope this solves your questions. If there is anything else, do let me know. Thank you so much, people. See you all. Bye bye.